short demonstration, I'll show you how this tape delay thing works. Here is my tape delay. It's a standard tape deck with a special feature I can use to make the tape delay happen. First, the signal gets sent from the DAW to the record input on the tape deck. The write head writes it onto the tape. Then, here comes a trick. A few centimeters apart, read head reads back the signal that's just been recorded to the tape and sends it out to the headphone output, which gets sent back to my DAW. Here you can switch what you hear on the headphone output. You can either hear directly the source, which we don't want, or what's been recorded onto the tape. So between the head that writes the signal to the tape and the head that reads it back from the tape, there's a small physical distance. So there's a delay between incoming signal and reading it back, which is the delay we want, because we want a tape delay. Let me quickly show you how it works on the DAW side. We have to make two tracks, one tape send and one tape return. The tape send track just is there to send out the signal to the tape deck. It sends its output to an output of my interface, which is connected to the record in of my tape deck. This one doesn't send its sound to the master parent, so we don't hear what's happening on this track directly, because it's only for sending the signal to the tape. Then we have to make a second track, which receives the signal back from the headphone output. This headphone output is connected to another input on my interface, which this track receives here, input 5 and 6. So we can hear what the read head is sending back out of the headphone output. And let me demonstrate how this sounds with a small bit. Play. So far you hear nothing. Let me send part of the track we're sent to the tape send track. Oh, this didn't work because we didn't set the tape to record mode. Very important. Pause, record, and play. Now it's recording back. Let's try this again. Here you can hear the fixed delay. It's not perfect every time, which is what we don't want anyway when using an analog tape delay, but it's only one repeat. So how can we increase this to create a feedback loop? We just take the tape return track and send the signal that's coming back from the headphone output back to the input directly through my interface. Here is the send that sends it back again to the output of my interface and the record in on the tape deck. Let's listen to how it sounds. Because the tape deck and the device has inherent noise, you can use this noise also to create a feedback loop without any signal at all. It's not always symmetrical, it doesn't always sound the same, so let's try it. Now that's just the inherent noise of the cables, device, the analog chain. You can get creative with it and put maybe a phaser on it, on the return loop. You can hear it already sweeping. It sweeps practically the noise coming from the unit. Let's increase the feedback loop again. Of course, you can use it with a phaser, also with a beat playing. Let's try this one out. Introduce the feedback. So, a quick recap, what's happening. The tape send, let's disable the phaser, it's a little bit distracting. Better. A little bit, a small recap again. The tape send track receives a signal from any track we want to send to the tape track, to the tape deck. The tape send track puts out the signal through my interface directly to the record in of the tape deck. We don't want to hear what's happening on this track, so we disabled it sending back to the parent or master track. When the signal is written onto the tape, when we put the tape in record mode, it gets read back from the read head and put out of the headphone output. The headphone output goes back to the tape return track here and makes it hearable, audible. So, and to create the feedback loop, we just send the tape return track back out to the record in. And you can go creative with putting effects on either the tape send or the tape return, EQing it, sending multiple signals to it, or just playing with the noise, or just dirtying up a loop to with driving it into overdrive, saturation, the tape deck, yeah. So if you find a tape deck which has a monitor output from the read head, you can build your own tape delay. The more high-end tape decks even have an adjustable speed of the motor, so you have basically a functioning tape delay. But these are very, very expensive normally, so you'd be better off than buying a dedicated tape unit, I think, tape delay unit. So I hope you enjoy this video and see you next time.